Welcome, everyone, to the 2024 NSCSA Winter State Finals, hosted by York College. I'm Coach Matt Hinkle from Grand Island Northwest. I'm here with two York students. Who are you?
My name is Bryce Smith, work in admissions, and I help coach the esports team.
Awesome.
My name is Chris Martins. I also work in the admissions office. We're not students, but
okay.
yeah.
So admissions office, they're gamers and they know what's going on. Hopefully with some Mario Kart.
We're longtime Mario Kart lovers, and we love to watch young high school students compete. We see ourselves in them a lot, and it's a great thing to come support and be a part of.
Yeah, awesome. Let's take a look at our bracket here. Our first match of the day, we're going to have Cody-Kilgore versus Bancroft. Again, Cody-Kilgore, number 1 seed, going through Paxton, Hemingford, Arcadia, and here now to the state tournament. And then same thing there, Bancroft, the number 5 seed, going through Crawford 2, Walt Hill, and then a close match over Cody-Kilgore's second team, the 4 seed. So, a 1-5 spot there. On the other side of the bracket, we got Alma upsetting the number 2 Hemingford on their way, again going through East Butler and then Paxton. And then Hay Springs will be our number 3 seed, going through, it looks like Arcadia, Franklin 2, and Walt Hill. So, again, excited for this matchup of everything we have going on. Excited to see what's going to happen throughout the day. Going through and looking at our brackets and also our roster. Let's get a couple of our students here. So, Cody-Kilgore, Mason, a freshman, Tripp, a freshman, Justin, a junior, and then Logan, a freshman also, and then Samantha, the sub, who is a junior. For Bancroft, Avon, a senior, Daytona, a senior, AJ, a junior, and James, a freshman, and then Gabby, also a senior. So we're going to go through, and now we're going to get started. Again, here's your 2 teams that you're seeing. Cody-Kilgore on your left and Bancroft on the right. So scores will be right above. We are a best-of-3 cup, so the first match that we see right there above, and then we will kind of give you some stats as we are going. So players are getting into the matches as we see here. As we don't see here, as we're still in the bracket. No, we do see. There we go. I just didn't throw it over there yet. There we go. So they are joining the lobbies and going to get started here. So already looking at, I guess, our cups that you see up here. Electrodome. What's your guys' first thoughts on Electrodome?
It's a high-intensity map for sure. I'm looking to see a lot of action, but I've never seen either of these schools play before, so anything goes in Mario Kart, and I would expect nothing less from both teams.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things, items. You can go from 1st to 8th really quickly, especially when you get to where we are here with some high-intense players that know the maps and know all the shortcuts, the boosts. Division 3, we saw a lot of that stuff earlier on, so looking forward to seeing that here in Division 4.
Yeah, absolutely. And then with Electrodome, the thing is there are a couple of different routes you can take, so I'm looking forward to seeing which one is the popular take today.
So here we are, getting started. Cup 1 Electrodome. Cody-Kilgore versus Bancroft-Rosalie. Let's race.
Seeing a lot of Yoshi played lately. He's become the new meta as of the last update. I was talking with a couple of the teams beforehand. They've also favored the frame race car, which has been pretty popular, and they love the Cloud Glider too, which is my favorite as well.
I would agree, and you've kind of started to see this year, a lot of the teams will run the same kart, the same characters, and we're seeing that from Bancroft. Again, both of their players running the white Yoshi, and again, the same kart, same wheels, just a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it can help to differentiate the teams a little bit and also help with a team chemistry and make sure they know where each other are at all times.
So as you're talking about that, the one thing that we want to point out, again, this is a team race, so it's all based on points. And the other thing is team is turned off. So ultimately what that means is, as we see here, Cody-Kilgore, their player in 6 has a red shell. They have to be careful of who's in front of them. So that's where that team talk gets, very important for them to know who's in front of who and who's going to knock each other out.
Yeah, and at this level in Mario Kart, the name of the game is item management. You want to hold on to those defensive items to use when you're in the higher places, but you also got to make sure, if you're working on item smuggling stuff up to first place, that you're careful and aware of where your teammates are.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we are. Cody-Kilgore looks like they're in 1st, 2nd, 7th, and 8th, where Bancroft 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So really a pretty even race. Cody-Kilgore having those top 2 and bottom 2, where Bancroft has kind of the middle of the pack.
Yeah, and the middle of the pack can be the hardest place to get out from, just because it can get a bit chaotic in there sometimes.
So we'll take a look at the first place racer right now from Cody-Kilgore. And like you talked about, those defensive items, again, holding that green shell behind him. So worried about who's behind him, and if you get shot with that red shell. So here we go, finishing here. So Bancroft-Rosalie.
Ooh, a bit of a scuffle there at the end with some lightning and some stars coming out.
Yeah. So Bancroft here got kind of hit there at the end. So Bancroft going to finish 3, 6, 7, 8. So as we look at that, Bancroft 3, 6, 7, 8. Which that means Cody-Kilgore finishing great. Cody-Kilgore had a great end of that race. So Cody-Kilgore right now up 27-12. So again, a big finish there at the end of that race. That's really going to help them here going forward.
Yeah. Not the most optimal way to start for Bancroft, but we got plenty of time.
Yeah, and like we talked about, like all of a sudden that went from Bancroft was kind of there, and then a couple items, and oops.
Yeah, as anybody who played Mario Kart before can probably attest to, anything goes at any time. You're never home free until the race is over.
So map 2 here, we're going Dolphin Shoals. Not one of my, I guess, really common ones that I've seen. And this will be the first time we've seen it today, so maybe some of these racers knowing how to play this.
Yeah, there can be a few awkward turns in this race, especially coming in and out of the water as much as you do on this track.
So Cody-Kilgore off to a great start, 1, 2, 3, 6. Bancroft-Rosalie 3, 4, 5, 8. So just a lot of really clustered up right here at the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning, there's going to be a lot of fighting back and forth, trying to find the pecking order for the rest of the race. Who will survive the initial scuffle and kind of take a good commanding lead, and who's going to stay behind and sandbag a little bit.
Yeah, and actually we saw that in our last division. There was one of the teams was bagging all the way through, and they were able to come home with the championships. Syracuse did that, so not a huge thing that teams do, but it's definitely a strategy.
Yeah, it can be a little risky sitting in the back just waiting for your moment to strike, but definitely worth it if you do it right.
So Cody-Kilgore 1, 3, and then 4 and 6. We're Bancroft-Rosalie right now 2, 6, and then 7 and 8. So really going to need a fight from the bottom of the pack there.
Yeah, Cody-Kilgore's locking down that first spot. You see that pink Yoshi up in the first place position. He's way up there, so it's going to be hard to track him down at this point.
Yeah, he's cruising along, and second place has a red shell, but it's yeah. I would assume he thinks that maybe he's holding an item, so waiting to strike with that and use it, but instead uses it defensively there.
Yeah, and as we enter this last lap, people are going to be looking to make a move to try and take that first position. He's got to hold on to as many defensive items as he can, but he's got a pretty commanding lead as of right now.
So Cody-Kilgore still 1, 4, 5, 8, and Bancroft's made a move, 2, 6, and 3, 7. So he made a little bit of a move here on a couple positions, but still not knowing if we can catch the first place. So finishing up.
See if he can make a move up here at the end.
Crazy 8 coming out on the last
Come on,
lap.
come on.
He's able to gain just one position.
Inner blue. So 2, 3, 6, 7. So 2, 3, 6, 7 for Bancroft, and that'll put 1, 2, 5, and 8. So that's going to be a 23-16 Cody-Kilgore win of that map. Brings the score up to a 50-28. So Cody-Kilgore already coming off to a pretty good lead in this first cup.
Yeah, just one step closer to locking down the next position. They've done a great job of, kind of using their teamwork and using that to their advantage.
Yeah, and then, again, Bancroft just needing to stay focused, see what happens. And, again, Mario Kart's all about any map can change the whole outcome of this.
Bancroft is not out yet.
Of course, you got Rainbow Road. You never know what could happen on Rainbow Road.
Iconic map for this franchise.
Yeah, so the SNES, SNES, the SNES, we got 3 different versions of it, but this will be one version that we'll see today. So
this one can be a little bit treacherous. There are no railings on any of the edges. You've seen a couple people fall off already.
Yeah, and then you got the thwomps always trying to come by and knock you down. We'll jump over to Bancroft, who's in first currently. Man, I don't know what happened to Cody-Kilgore. They're towed there. He's all the way up in second, just kind of flew off the map.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got hit or what happened.
Now.
Yeah, and it's such an item map, and really, I mean, like you said, you can fall off, but items are totally a huge thing too, because especially on some of these turns, if you get hit right when you're going around a corner or whatever, you fall off, and it's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. There are a couple other ramps and opportunities to trick off of some bumps to gain a little extra speed, but those can also come with an inherent risk of falling off the map.
So Bancroft coming in strong right now, again, as we enter lap 3. 1, 2, 3, 7. So Bancroft doing a great job to come back and try to dig themselves out of this hole that they're in.
Yeah, Bancroft's doing a nice job of locking down those top 2 spots. They have some good defensive items that they're holding on to, just waiting for the other team to strike.
Cody-Kilgore taking over that number 2 spot. So Cody-Kilgore 2, 4, 6, 7. As we finish here, they did get 1, 2. It looks like Bancroft 1, 2, 7, 8 is what it's going to be.
First places and last places.
So they're going to end up winning this, but not by as much as they needed to probably in this. But looking at the score, okay, so we got 68-49. Again, okay, 79 ties, or 78 ties, 79 wins. So Bancroft 1 through 4, you can tie it up. That's what they need.
Yeah, it's not undoable for Bancroft.
So Animal Crossing, this 4th map of this first cup.
One of my personal favorite tracks, flows really well.
Okay, so what season do you like the best on this one?
It's hard not to say winter, but with the weather recently, I'm gonna have to go summer.
So is this summer or is this the spring one?
Yeah, it looks like a nice little spring-summer map we have here.
All right, coming out. So we got Cody-Kilgore 1, 6, 7, 8, and then Bancroft 2, 4, 3, 6. Now this one, does this one have a lot of shortcuts and stuff with it, or is this more of just kind of a straightforward map?
Yeah, holding on to those mushrooms is going to be very, very important. There are a couple corners that you can cut across where the grass might otherwise slow you down. There's also some, moles, as you can see there, and rocks that you can bump into that will definitely hinder your progression. Nice little fireball blast from the Yoshi in second place to make his way up there. And then immediately back to 8th, just showing the absolute chaos.
Yeah, if you look at the map, I mean, it is all clumped right now. Everyone is so close. And we haven't seen a lot of, red shells and stuff. I mean, everything's been a lot of mushrooms and green shells. And, again, that's just the game. Until there's that separation, we don't get some of those bigger items.
Yeah, and people are sometimes afraid to use those red shells. They want to hold on to them, use them as a defensive item, especially if they're in some of the higher places. They're going to want to use those to their advantage.
So Bancroft right now 3-4-5-7, and then Cody-Kilgore 1-5, and it looks like 3-7, 3-8.
So still a pretty tight race coming into this last lap.
Yeah, really anybody's game at this point.
So let's go back over to Cody-Kilgore, who does have that first place spot. And again, we talked about it. Unless Bancroft can get those top 4 positions, this should be Cody-Kilgore's map, or cup, I should say.
Gonna go for it.
Going for the big moves.
So
not gonna be
4,
enough.
6, 7, 8. So yep, not quite enough.
And that's one of those races where I think of Mario Kart, I think of a race like that where everybody's so close the entire time and you just don't know what position you're going to end up in.
So that first map, Cody-Kilgore wins 96-60, coming out with a big win. This first cup of the Division 4 championships. So we will be going to a second cup, and we'll get some maps updated as the players are maybe discussing strategy here on what they're going to do. So take a look at Bancroft over here. Once we get this, we'll talk a little bit more about the maps and kind of see what you guys are thinking. So there's the maps that we've got coming out. What are your thoughts?
I think if Bancroft wants to change what happened on the last cup, they're going to really need to dial in and use teamwork to their advantage. They seemed to be spread out a lot during the last couple races.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cup lineup here. Warriors Gold Mine. It's a pretty technical course. It's gonna be a challenge. So hopefully we see Bancroft pick up some ground on that one.
Yeah. Okay. So we're starting off Mario Circuit. I think this is the very first map that you race, right? I mean, it's,
oh yeah.
So this is like
it's
a basic one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just it's kind of straightforward. It's just kind of a lot of go straight and drive fast.
Yeah, and you know what they say, easy to play, hard to master. So we'll see who's putting the hours here.
Oh, and let me get over to our other view here. So kind of the cool thing that you see about, this Mario Kart, Mario Circuit, again, the twisting and turning of what Mario Kart looks, just things that you can do that normally you can't do in a regular track, but Nintendo has found a way to kind of turn things and move things, and just kind of a cool experience when you sit down and play.
Yeah, there's some huge turns on this, which is important to get that purple drift, the super boost, the mini turbo there. Also during these zero gravity sections, you want to bump into as many players as possible. That'll give you a little extra spin boost there as well.
Cody-Kilgore off to a huge first lap. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bancroft-Rosalie 5, 6, 7, 8. So Cody-Kilgore likes the map, and they're out to an early lead. So we'll jump back over to our first place. Oh, and there they are. So our pink Yoshi.
Holding on to that green shell as a defensive item. He's got a pretty good lead.
Yeah, holy smokes. I mean, he's crossing the finish line. I think second place is a good 5 seconds behind.
Yeah.
So he's got a...
You can tell they definitely like this map, and
Uh-oh.
they've put in the hours. They got it memorized. It's all about knowing the turns, trusting your muscle memory.
Oh, it looks like we're having a controller.
Yeah, some sort of communication error.
All right, so we may look at restarting this map and kind of seeing how it goes. So we'll finish it out. We'll get some. Coach Simmons, can you come to the head table and we will talk this through and see what happens. So we'll finish this map out and we'll kind of go from there. the lobby. Let's just restart, and we're going to start all over. They lost a switch about halfway through, so.
Looking to restart Mario Circuit there because of some technical difficulties.
Yeah, the nice thing is it was in Cup 2, but the race 1, so it's easy just to completely restart, and that's what we're going to do.
It's kind of a tough break for Cody-Kilgore, though. They had a huge lead on that race, but might be able to replicate that again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it again.
So, yep, coming in, like you said, Cody-Kilgore doing a great job to get out and to do that. Again, Bancroft saw what they needed to do, and now they just need to turn around and, I guess, try to get a better start and see what happens.
Yeah.
So, I guess while we have some downtime, York College, you guys help with the esports team, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what parts, what games do you guys help coach, and what do you help do there?
When I was a senior in college here, was the first year we had an esports team, and I was fortunate enough to get to compete in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is, I love that game with all my heart. I would play it every day, all day if I had the time. And now I get to help do some recruiting for them. I get to travel to events with them, and I got to help set up for this today, and it's given me lots of opportunities to do what I love in my job, which is awesome.
Awesome.
Priceless.
I don't actually help out with the team, but
Okay.
I'm an avid fan. So
And that's what we like.
yeah.
Again, avid fan, avid supporter, and
I got that
here.
passion,
Yeah.
passion for the game.
And here you are. You're helping commentate a division championship, and here we are.
Yeah.
So cool. So here we go on the restart. Cup 2, Race 1, Mario Circuit.
Looks like we have a bit of a cart change here. There's
yeah.
Yoshi on the right.
Could be the change that Bancroft is looking for. Hey, if it's not working, there's no harm in trying something else.
And very true. So looks like right now Bancroft-Rosalie 1-2-7-8, Cody-Kilgore 2-4-5-6.
Seeing lots of shells coming out. They can make it a bit dangerous for all players, especially the green ones. You don't know where they're going to end up. Sometimes you can hit a friend. Sometimes you can hit an enemy. Sometimes you can hit yourself.
So Cody-Kilgore 2-3-5-8, 2-3-5-8, and Bancroft-Rosalie 1-4-5-7. So really close. Again, kind of spread out. So Bancroft, much better start on this restart.
Cart change seems to be working for their team, locking down a couple of the top positions.
So start of lap 3. Here we go, final lap. So Bancroft 1-3-7-8, Cody-Kilgore 3-4-5-6. So kind of like we talked about, the tops and the bottoms, and right in the middle.
Yeah, and I'm seeing some nice shortcuts being taken, well use of the mushrooms while they have them, as well as taking advantage of the zero gravity zones and using little bumps to their advantage.
So as we come into this finish, Bancroft-Rosalie 1-2. Going to get past 1-2-6-8. So
Looks like 8th place Yoshi got stuck there on just the last couple meters of the race.
Yeah, a little bit of a
Unfortunate
mishap
loss.
with the mushroom. But
yeah, so Bancroft-Rosalie is going to win race 1, 22-17. So
yeah, this could be the momentum they needed to make Cup 2s theirs.
yeah, absolutely. And we're going to go into Warriors Gold Mine next. So what are your thoughts here on this next map?
yeah, like I said before, it's a tough course. So really anything can happen. You see even some of the best players struggle with this course just because it's so technical. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's some shortcuts that are pretty hard to hit, but big risk, big reward.
So get a shot of our York Arena here. State Championships Friday. So we'll get back into gameplay here. And race 2 is off. So good start for all players. And again, you talked about, cuts. There's some, boosts going around there. It's all about your shortcuts. And you see Yoshi falling off on the right side. Just got bumped on that corner.
Yeah, another track with not too many railings about. So you're going to see lots of people falling off because they're being hit with items. But they're also going to want to take advantage of these zero gravity zones, drifting into the mine carts using that little speed boost when they can get it.
Can we talk about the bats, though?
Oh, the bats. Don't underestimate the bats. They seem small, but they can be very deadly.
Yeah, they'll bump you off your course. It's not what you want.
Yeah, racing games are all about your line, and anything that interferes with your line can interfere with your first place.
Cody-Kilgore coming out to a great first lap lead, 1-2-4-7. Bancroft 3-4-6-8. So again, Cody-Kilgore with a little minor lead here. So we'll see what the next 2 laps bring for us.
Yeah, and you can see that pink Yoshi again, just wanting that huge lead, that comfort zone that they seem to really, really enjoy and thrive in, is being out in front and holding onto that defensive item and just waiting for chaos to come to them.
Yeah, and the nice thing is, again, his teammate in second, so he's kind of got, like you said, he has that lead, and he's going with it.
Yeah, it seems the bigger your lead is, the easier it is to make it even bigger, just because it's harder for people to hit you with their items as you get further away. So that's what you see. Usually the first place person just jumping out to a huge lead. You can kind of see there's like a separation here between the front pack and the back pack.
So do you start worrying about, what big items maybe the 8th place person's going to get?
Yeah, really, the only one that you need to be super concerned about is the blue shell. Using lightning will obviously affect you too, but can be a bit more risky as that affects everybody on your team and on the opposing team.
Right.
So getting that blue shell is something you got to watch out for. But also, if you have, a mushroom, it's dodgeable.
Yep, and we're seeing 8th place pick up Bullet Bill here.
Oh, and there's that blue shell we were talking about. Making its way.
So finishing off 3-4-7-8 for. Oh, I definitely put that in the wrong one. 3-4. I'll get some maps updated on our end, but we'll get the score here. So Cody-Kilgore winning that one 25-14.
That makes it a very, very close cup as they head into Moo Moo Meadows.
Yeah, Moo Moo Meadows is kind of opposite of Wario Goldmine because it's pretty basic. You literally cannot fall off. So, we'll see how the difference in the maps make a difference in the standings.
Yeah, a nice little cool down map. Not too technical, but also the opportunity for lots of shortcuts. And also you want to stay away from hitting those cows. It's just good for nobody.
So here we are, race 3, Cup 2, Moo Moo Meadows. Cody-Kilgore trailing by 8 to Bancroft-Rosalie. So in this one, we've got to watch out for the cows crossing the road.
Oh, yeah.
Very common Nebraska thing I think you see all the time, right?
Yeah, this playing this level as a kid has definitely helped me in my real life, which has been nice.
So Bancroft-Rosalie, 1-3-4-8. Cody-Kilgore, 2-5-6-7.
Still a very tight pack as we head into our second lap here. No clear separation yet.
Jump over to that second place screen. Was able to pick the first place off with that.
And he's going to want to hold on to this first place if they want a chance at this cup. Very important to win this race.
Yeah, so here we are, lap 2 coming to a close. So Bancroft-Rosalie 1-4-5-7. Cody-Kilgore 2-3-6-8.
Yeah, I'm seeing lots of players holding on to a couple mushrooms, just waiting for the opportunities to cut across some grass here and maybe avoid some cows as well.
Yeah, I think, again, this one, if you can, we saw it there on the left, the yellow Yoshi, again, able to take the cut, just hits the fence and didn't quite get all the way through.
Yeah, those shortcuts can be very tricky if you're just off just a millimeter. You know, it can bump you off your line.
So Bancroft-Rosalie 1, 4, 5, 6, a huge one for them.
Yeah.
Big win there. Need all those points.
So that's going to give them a score, Bancroft that time, 22-17. So, guys, we got a ball game.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
It's 59, Cody-Kilgore, 58, Bancroft. I mean, we're right neck and neck. It's going to come down to this last
It's
race.
going to come down to Big Blue, which, again, as we've seen in this cup, easy race, hard race, easy race. Big Blue, it's a little more technical. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no laps on this one either. It's just one straight course. But with Cody-Kilgore's demanding lead in Cup 1, Bancroft has really come back in this second Cup and telling them, you know, we're not out of it yet. We're not out of it yet.
So, trying to remember, Big Blue, this is the one that has, do we have jumps in this one? Is this the one where you can jump kind of some of the maps and stuff?
Yeah, there are some pretty broken shortcuts on this one if you can hit them correctly. You can skip entire sections of the map. We'll see what our competitors are feeling like risking today.
And we're seeing some people falling off, trying to take some of those shortcuts right away. Jump over to the first place racer from Bancroft and the second place racer from Cody-Kilgore.
Yeah, lots of back and forth here at the beginning.
So Cody-Kilgore 1, 2, 3, 5. So coming out, doing a pretty good job on this middle part of this race. Bancroft-Rosalie 3, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, mushrooms can be your best friend on this race. I'm seeing a lot of people holding on to those. You can use them for shortcuts as well as to avoid some items, but they can also hurt you a little bit. If you use them on a spot where you're not ready, you can fall right off the map and lose a couple placings.
Yeah, somehow we lost that blue shell. There's a blue shell coming through, and all of a sudden it just kind of disappeared. Not sure where that went, but I think Cody-Kilgore is going to be happy with that one. So
yeah.
Cody-Kilgore 1, 2, 4, 8. So Bancroft 3, 5, 6, 7.
Those are in the final stretch here. Seeing some nice shortcuts across the tar.
1, 2, 4, 8. 1, 2.
Oh, it's going to be close. But
I think Cody-Kilgore is going to get this
Yeah.
with that 1, 2, 4, 8. Yeah, so Cody-Kilgore is going to win Cup 2. Excuse me, Cody-Kilgore is winning Cup 2, 83-73, which does put them winning this match. Welcome back to the Division 4 semifinals of Mario Kart. We just saw our first round between Bancroft-Rosalie and Cody-Kilgore, and now we're on to our second match of the day between Alma and Hay Springs. So, again, both matches that we just saw, both cups were really competitive, and it all came down to one or two races. For Alma, we got Austin, who is a freshman, Aiden a freshman, Bryson a seventh grader, Jackson a senior, and Sub Henry, that is a seventh grader. For Hay Springs, we got Tatum senior, Tanner a sophomore, Larry a sophomore, Cooper a freshman, and Abigail our sub, who is a senior. So we are right now getting our teams into the maps. We're seeing 6 of them coming in already, waiting on the last switch. But this is going to be an exciting match. So, again, we'll go to a look at our Mario Kart here. We need to update our cup. But, again, There it goes. So Cup 1. We saw these the first one. Which ones are you guys looking forward to seeing here, or where are we going?
I'm going to have to say Rainbow Road, the SNES version. It was super fun to watch last time. There was lots of people falling off, and mushrooms can be very, very important on that, and items can be your best friend or your worst enemy on that map.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Animal Crossing. It's a fun one. There's some shortcuts you can take right at the end to make up some ground, so there's always some exciting finishes there. So yeah, that's a good one. Same deal with Dolphin Shoals, also a little shortcut. You can cut the turn at the end, so hopefully we see players taking advantage of that.
Yeah, not a bad race in the Cup.
So Hay Springs here on our left, and we got them, and Alma on our right. So we'll see our different players as they are getting ready for this first Cup. So we're going to see Electrodome. From what I hear, Alma really likes the Electrodome, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing a good performance from Alma.
So the race has been selected. Here we go. It is sunny outside at race time. 52 degrees, no wind, no chance of rain. It should be a good race.
Perfect racing conditions.
And they're off.
Seeing lots of different setups. The Teddy Buggy seems to be very, very popular between these two teams.
Yeah, already a difference I'm noticing from our last group is I think everybody's running a different character, so you actually get to tell who's who. It's kind of nice for the viewers.
Yeah, nice change of pace.
So Alma right now 1-6-7-8, and Hay Springs 2-3-4-5.
You can see some of the more technical skills coming in on these curved sections, going into the glider here, using those drifts, waiting for the shortcut right here to use the mushroom.
Yeah, one thing with Electrodome that we're seeing, it's a little bit wider track, so it is, like you said, it's what line you're taking, where you're racing. So Hay Springs taking over that number 1 spot, and then Alma taking it right back. So 1-2, they're right on top of each other. Hay Springs 2-3-7-8, and Alma 1-4-5-6.
Yeah, you're seeing kind of a couple groupings here on the map. We have 3 or 4 people up in the top 4 spots that are kind of switching back and forth, and the same thing in the lower 4 spots.
So as we're on third lap. We're just now hitting the third lap. So Alma's right now in the lead, and Hay Springs second and third. So we'll see again with this one. It's kind of fun to see which track people are going to go. Are they going pink side? Are they going green side? And I don't know, is there an advantage to either one of those? Or is it just
yeah, the
preference?
pink side seems to be a little bit faster, especially all these players seem to be aware of that. Seems to be a heavy favorite among the racers. But also sometimes it's good to get away from people and go the green side, you know. It's just about weighing options and seeing which one's better for you.
So first one coming across, Alma in first. So Alma 1-5-6-8. So Alma 1-5-6-8. So I think with that, Hay Springs is going to come out ahead there, probably with a 21-18, I think is what that is. So yeah, or excuse me, Hay Springs. Hay Springs is going to win map 1, 21-18, as we go into our second map.
Yeah, extremely close first race. Lots of back and forth. No clear separation either, which those can be some of the toughest races where nobody's able to get away from anybody else.
Yeah, I noticed Dry Bones from Hay Springs took a really tough finish there at the end. He was in third place coming up towards the finish line, took a shell, dropped all the way to 8th. So never know what's going to happen.
Hate to see it.
One item, and it can cost you the match. So here we are, second map of this first cup.
Seeing a lot of early shells coming out, and some players holding on to some mushrooms, waiting for some shortcuts, maybe looking for a chance to separate themselves from the pack here.
So Alma right now 1-4-5-8, and Hay Springs 2-3-5-7. So again, we're still packed up, and they're jumping around.
Yeah, lots of trading in positions here, just shells back and forth and bombs coming out everywhere. It's just pure chaos right now.
And we love it.
Yeah, it makes for a fun race to watch for sure.
The game's trying to separate them, and we'll see what happens here. So we'll try to jump over to our first place racer from Hay Springs, 1-3-4-6, and Alma in 2-5-7-8. So going over our giant eel in the middle of the map. Is it an eel?
Yeah, it's an
We're gonna
eel.
say it's an eel.
Yeah.
So picking up those items.
A couple nice defensive plays from Yoshi in 4th place there, and also using the shroom to get a shortcut right before the finish line as we head into our last lap.
Yeah, still a pretty tight race here in our final lap.
Yeah, we're seeing, who's it? Dry Bones is out. Is it Dry Bones? Is that who we got out there?
Yeah,
first?
it looks like he's got a
little bit of a
now.
lead. Again, Hay Springs trying to catch on him, but again, Hay Springs 2-3-4. So, you know, they're doing all right in placing. So as we come around here, about halfway through this last lap.
Should be a close finish here at the
Yeah,
top.
coming into our last turn here.
No.
Oh, some shrooms and a nice
See if we can get
mushroom
him with
shortcut.
Oh.
Lots of back and forth there,
Wow.
and an unfortunate finish.
Trading blows, but Hay Springs is going to take 2nd and 3rd out of that. Not too bad. They had a shot at first, but
Yeah, Alma has held on to the first position in both of our first races here, which could be their saving grace.
Yeah, so Alma ends up winning that one 20-19. So again, after 2 races, we are 2 points separating them, 40-38. Hay Springs does have the match lead right now. And then again, Hay Springs has that lead right now. But again, last 2 races again, as we come into this, Rainbow Road, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, this is the one I was looking forward to. There's going to be lots of people falling off, I'm sure, lots of items, and I'm looking for some risky shortcuts to try and take the lead here.
So as we get started here in race number 3 of the first Cup, Rainbow Road SNES. You know, one thing we haven't really talked about is, you know, as a racing, obviously we're getting items, we're hitting people and everything else, but coins comes into a play.
Oh, absolutely. Mario Kart 8 is the first game to kind of include the coin balance system. You know, when you're at 10 coins, you're at your top speed. When you get hit, you lose some of those coins, you lose some of your speed.
So it is important for these racers to look for coins as they're coming around. They're not just there for, you know, pretty and everything else. It is there. We need them for speed.
Yeah, sometimes you got to choose between getting a few coins and using the best drift route. So you got to weigh your options.
So as they're going around this, again, they're looking for those boosts. There's a couple shortcut jumps that it looks like some of the racers are, you know, avoiding. It's kind of a high risk, big reward. But again, if you miss some of those jumps, it definitely hurts you.
Yeah, there's a ramp shortcut that'll let you cut a corner, but extremely difficult to hit. And if you miss, you're falling off, no doubt about it.
So here we are entering our 3rd and final lap of this race. We got Hay Springs in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 6th, where Alma is in 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th.
see if Hay Springs Shy Guy can make a move here up to 1st. He's creeping up.
So 1, 3, 4, 4, 7, 4, So 1, 3, 4, 7 for Hay Springs. That gives 2nd, 5th, 6th, and 8th to Alma. So that was a big race for Hay Springs, giving them that 63 to 54 lead here at the end of our 3rd race. Again, we got one more race here in this cup. Again, team with 79 points is going to win this. So again, it's still anyone's match. So players getting dialed in, focused in.
Yeah, now is the time where they separate the big players from the people who just play casually. And it can come down to just a couple points here in the last race.
So here we are, final race. Ooh, a little fall Animal Crossing.
A little bit of a differentiation from what we saw in our last cup.
So Animal Crossing, again, we have the different seasons. Is it the same map, though?
Yeah, it's the same map. On the fall one, you're going to see some piles of leaves, which don't really do anything. They're just there. You can run right through them. Sometimes they'll give you a little item bonus. Otherwise, just a pretty view of the sunset like we get here as they glide down the kind of main street area.
So Hay Springs, 1, 2, 5, 8, and Alma now 2, 5, 6, 7. So Alma's going to need to do a little bit more here to try to take this 4th and final race and get this cup. Hay Springs holding on to it right now.
Yeah, Alma's looking to lock down those top 4 spots as soon as possible. They want to do that early in the race and use those defensive items to keep it in.
Yeah, they're in good position here, holding on to 1st and 2nd, about halfway through the 2nd lap.
Yeah, so Alma 1, 2, 4, 8. Again, we saw a red shell there get hit by, or Hay Springs getting hit. So Alma looking strong here as we go into the final lap. 1, 2, 3, 7. So again, we'll see this last lap, and again, everyone's still. I mean, we're starting to get a little separation, but again, it's still pretty close.
Yeah, and just like we heard from the interview with the players after our last match, it's really nice to have somebody right behind you to give you just a little bit of cushion who's on your team to make sure you lock down that top spot. And that's what Alma has here. They got 1 and 2 locked up.
Yeah, and not only just 1 and 2, right? They go 1, 2, 3, and 7. So here we are as we go around the last turn. Alma looking
Alma's
1,
position.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 6. So that's a huge
win.
1, 2, 3, 6 for Alma. So that may have actually given them the lead on this just barely. So yeah, so Alma will take Cup 1, 81 to 75.
There they go.
And what a comeback from Alma.
Yeah, big finish there at the end of Animal Crossing. Locking down those top 3 spots, man, that was huge.
Yeah, they really showed up during that last race.
You saw them throughout the last lap and a half, just playing off of each other and helping each other stay in those top 3 spots. So it's really good teamwork. They all did it. It's a great team effort. So it was paid off with them winning the cup.
So both teams doing a great job there. Taking a look at them as they are preparing for the second cup here. So Cup 2, we got Mario, Circuit Warriors, Goldmine, Moo Moo Meadows, and Big Blue. So based on what you saw here, which one's going to be the fun one to watch of these guys?
Yeah, I think Moo Moo Meadows, it's always a good one. I think all these racers are good at, picking up speed and staying on their line. So that'll be important to do in Moo Moo Meadows.
So did we get the right one? We still got the right one. They're confused.
Yeah, it
It's
seems
all
like we
right.
have some disagreement on the racetrack.
It's all right. There's always that one team out there. Alma can be that one team. So here we go. We are in Cup 2, Race 1 Mario Circuit. So already out in front, Alma. 1, 2, 4, 6. 3, 4, 6, 8 from Hay Springs.
Yeah, there's some awesome shortcuts that are available to take in this one if you have some mushrooms, but there are also some oil spills along the way that you definitely want to avoid at all costs.
A little friendly fire there from Alma. First place taking out their buddy right behind him with the bomb.
Yeah, and that's what they want to avoid. Like we said before, it's really nice to have that cushion behind you, especially if you're in one of the top spots here. It can be really nice to have a friend, not a foe, behind you.
So Alma 1, 3, 4, 6, and on the other side, Hay Springs 2, 5, 7, 8. So again, really close here as we are going around. Again, our first place is way out in the lead. Second place trying to catch up.
He's making up some ground here. He's got a couple of red shells too. And looks
Oh,
like
and
he's
going to get hit right there
yeah,
at the
it takes
end.
a hit right at the
Yeah,
end and
congrats.
gets
Finish.
past. A nice move by Hay Springs.
2, 3, 4, 7. So Alma's still going to get 2, 3, 4, and 7. And Hay Springs with the first, 5th, and 8th. So after race 1, 21 to 18 in favor of Alma. So we'll jump in here. We're updating our score. So 21-18 in favor of Alma. So Warriors Gold Mine here as we look to start this next one. Players getting ready to begin.
And we're staying with the theme of Cup 1 being extremely close as we start off here.
So I think this one right here is the one I'm kind of looking forward to. Again, a lot of little shortcuts. Again, places where you can fall off, but yet, some in the mines, except for the bats. The bats are going to ruin you.
Yeah, and you're going to see some players taking out a bat right there with a red shell, showing them who's boss.
No mercy on the bat.
Yeah.
So Hay Springs 2, 3, 4, 6. Alma over, again, 4, 5, 6, 8. So, again, all of a sudden, Hay Springs takes all the top positions. But, again, we're early in this race. All right, we'll jump over to our first place racer. Is that a Shy Guy?
Yeah. A couple exchanges of some shells being seen. He's holding on to that defensive banana.
So as we begin lap 2, Alma 1, 5, 6, 7. Hay Springs 2, 3, 4, 8. So see how we've got a lot of mushrooms in our inventories. We'll see how some of these racers handle this.
Yeah, seeing a really tight pack and seeing the Wiggler going for the shortcut there, way back in 8th place, trying to make up some ground.
So right now, as we are third lap here, we got 1, 2, 5, 7 from Alma and 3, 4.
Looks like
6,
Alma's
8.
got a little bit of a lead here with Dry Bones. See if he can hold on to that as he comes into the backstretch of the race.
Yeah, right in the cave section, which can be tricky to hold on to the lead sometimes there.
So we'll jump over to that first place racer as we're getting close to that finish line.
Using that defensive item, goes for one final shortcut, nails it for the first place.
Oh, that's close. So 1, 3, 4.
Crazy finish there for Mario. Got a lucky star right at the end. lucky because it defended him from the lightning. He was able to gain a couple of spots because he wasn't small like everybody else.
Yeah, lightning can be a risky move in a team sport like this because, it does hurt the enemy, but it also hurts the people on your team.
So map 2, Alma takes map 2, 22-17, which actually puts Alma on the lead on this second cup, 43-35. So again, tight race right now as we begin Moo Moo Meadows, this race 3, but as we've seen all day, again, it can come down to one match, and you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, only 8 points separate them, so still got a couple of races to go here, so it's still anybody's game.
So we'll jump in, and we're going to get a shot of our racers as we are seeing the beginning of this. Again, the focus on this, and we'll see how things start.
Yeah, in Cup 1, Alma came from behind on the last race to win it all, and Hay Springs is probably looking to do the same thing here in Cup 2.
So Moo Moo Meadows, we talked about this, the first semifinals, again, all about mushroom control and being able to take some of those shortcuts. Again, watching out for the cows, watching out for the gophers. Some obstacles that might show up for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Mushrooms are a hot commodity on this racetrack. You can use them to shave some time off, gain a couple places.
So Alma right now 1, 4, 5, 6, and Hay Springs 2, 3, 7, 8.
Yeah, seeing lots of back and forth there. A super tight pack in the top 3 or 4 spots.
Hay Springs able to use that mushroom to take that shortcut and get around a corner. So finishing up our second lap and on to our third. Currently Hay Springs in that first spot.
Seeing a huge shortcut from the Yoshi in 7th place using a star and a mushroom to cut through some grass here. Going all the way from 8th place to now 6th place. And falling fast.
Like Alma's blue Yoshi's creeping up on first, trying to make a move here right before the finish. And he does. He overtakes. He's got a mushroom and a bomb. He's in good position.
The bomb.
Well
Throws
done.
it at the last second.
So that's going to give Alma that map, again, 22-17. So that's going to give them a 65-52 lead in this second cup.
Yeah, they've widened their lead a little bit here. But as we saw the last cup, if you lock down those top 3 spots, anything can happen.
Yeah, and Hay Springs isn't out of it. Hay Springs by no means. Again, you need 78 points to tie, 79 to win, so Alma still has to do it. Hay Springs is still in this, and again, we've seen it. We've seen teams today go 1, 2, 3, 4, and they don't even need that necessarily. So we'll see how this fourth and final race, Big Blue, coming up.
Yeah, Mario Kart is a game played in inches, not miles.
It's played in items, is like we like to say. It's all about what you get here. So as they start their venture down the track, we're going to see a bunch of different twists and turns and jumps, and this is all about making sure you're on the right side. Again, if you go the red side of this race, then there's a chance you're going to lose some speed. But again, the green side's where you want to be. Again, players are looking for coins. And then again, we're going to see a couple spots in this track where they're going to actually jump here and actually skip parts of those track.
Yeah, one of the most important things in this race is really staying on your line and hitting those drifts correctly and maximizing those mini turbos. So you'll see players all drifting as much as they possibly can, trying to get as much speed built up as they go down this hill.
Yeah, so far early in this race, and actually probably about the halfway mark, Hay Springs really coming out and doing a good job. 1, 2, 3, 5. So if they want to get into stay into this and get a win or even get a tie, they need to have a big second half of this race.
Yeah, they're in good position here coming down towards the finish. Top 3 right now.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 5. So, again, Haysprings doing a great job here. And again, Haysprings 1, 2, 3, 4.
Locking down those top 4 spots, coming into the last stretch is huge.
Oh, and
but a lightning
can
ruin everything, as we've seen time and time again in Mario Kart. It's never over till it's over.
So we're going to see this here, see what happens. Again,
move. Dry bounce coming in.
1,
see if they can hold on to it.
4, 1, 2, 4, 7. So we will see.
Alma shook things up there at the end, so we'll see what the score shakes out to.
This is going to be a close one.
Just
Alma's
barely.
going to hold on and win 79-77 over Haysprings.
Just barely.
So, tight match, close match. Good job to both teams. Just a phenomenal match.
Yeah, that is very, very close. Haysprings even locking down the top 4 spots there at the end, doing everything they can to try and steal the cup. But
yeah, the Lightning saved it there at the end for Alma.
Yeah, in the end, Alma just too much. Coming in strong at the finish. Got just enough points.
Yeah, and you said it earlier. Again, the Lightning. The Lightning is really what cost Haysprings that one. Again, they were up there. They had the top 4 positions. Alma able to use that, and then it got that lead for them. Welcome back to the Division 4 Mario Kart Championships. We're going to start our 3rd place match here between Haysprings and Bancroft-Rosalie. So, again, we saw both these matches. Again, both pretty competitive going through the semifinals. So, again, the 3rd place here. Winner's going to get 3rd. Loser's going to get 4th. So, excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, absolutely. We've gone 2 and out in both of our previous matches. So, I'm curious to see if we'll see a 3rd cup in this matchup.
You know, one of these things we should have a, caster prediction of who we got. You guys want to go out on a limb and say who you think's going to win this, or we just want to stay neutral here?
I'm taking Haysprings.
You taking Haysprings?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Just so we have some different, I'll go Bancroft.
Okay,
I'm not afraid. I believe in them.
You got, okay, so 1 Bancroft and then Haysprings. I really think I'm going to go Haysprings also. So I think they got just a slight advantage after that. So here we go. We're getting into this next match, and again, I need to switch out some maps here during that short break. I didn't quite get that, so we'll switch this out. Dry Desert looks like the first map, though, as we go into this.
Yeah, Haysprings is coming into this matchup warm and all ready to go, being just fresh out of a match.
So Dry Desert, Mount Wario, Baby Park. All right, I'm looking forward to Baby Park. The chaos of the 7 lap.
You
short
literally
map.
cannot prepare or predict what's going to happen.
It's going to be
race.
literally insane.
So taking a look at both of our racers here as we're coming in, and we're going to get off to a clean start.
Oh, a bit of a false start there from one of the Haysprings players, putting him in an early 8th place.
So Bancroft-Rosalie already here, 1, 3, 4, 7, and on the other side, 1, 7, 6, 8. So out to an early lead with Bancroft-Rosalie.
Yeah, still a pretty tight cluster here. There's an opportunity after this section to use a mushroom for quite a bit of a large shortcut.
All right, Dry Desert, for our casual fans out there, what are we looking for here as far as shortcuts, as far as, those type of things?
One of the biggest things on this map, we have a bit of a Sarlacc pit situation, or maybe some quicksand. I don't know what it is, but that can be deadly, but you can also use it as a shortcut if you have some mushrooms to cut right through it. Otherwise, you got to go around. You don't want to get sucked into that thing.
Yeah,
and there are also some other opportunities to cut around corners with mushrooms.
That's what I was just going to say. You kind of see a lot of racers here using those mushrooms to, cut the corners. And I would say a lot of your beginner racers will use those mushrooms just on straightaways. It's a nice boost, but you can really take an advantage of some of that mushrooms if you use them on those corners.
Yeah, absolutely. And saving a mushroom can be the smartest thing you do to use it on some shortcuts. You can see Kamek taking one right there, putting him into either second or first place.
So right there, Hay Springs, our Pink Yoshi was in first, got hit by 3 items, then 4, now went from first clear back to 7th. So again, Mario Kart for you never know what items, and everyone's out to get first place. So as we're going, Bancroft-Rosalie 1-5-4-7. So as we are halfway through the last race, or excuse me, the last lap of the first race, Hay Springs 2-3-7-8, and we'll kind of keep it here on Bancroft's #1 racer. See if
looking for this 8th place Wiggler to kind of use a huge
what a
shortcut
shot with
here.
the boomerang. See if you can overtake.
Oh, and gets caught up in the sand there. Unfortunate.
I don't even know where that guy came from. It took a huge shortcut through the thick sand there. Todd's pulling out
pretty
the
tight
victory
race all the way through on a dry desert.
and I think on that one, again, Bancroft really had it most of the way, and then all of a sudden there at the end, Hay Springs comes out of nowhere, a couple big items. So Hay Springs takes map 1, 21-18, as we are in the first race of this first cup. So on to Mount Wario. Again, what do you got with Mount Wario?
This is another one where there's no laps on Mount Wario. It's just you're going straight down the mountain. There's some opportunities for some huge shortcuts early on. We'll see if our players remember where those are. And lots of opportunities to go back and forth and get hit by trees and fall off the map and all sorts of shenanigans.
So here we are, race 2, Mount Wario. Yeah, we kind of saw that earlier today. Again, it's a downhill race, different sections and different parts, and the tree part's rough. I think that's where a lot of people, maybe your more casual Mount Wario racers, it's just a little bit tough.
Yeah. There's been some debate on what the best route through the trees is. Me personally, I just stick all the way to the left. Hard to go wrong there, but some people try and weave through it, get some items, use some speed boosts.
And for me, when I go through it, I usually hit about every tree. So that's usually my route. Then for some reason, I'm a little bit further behind.
Yeah, we'll see what the players are feeling like today when they get to the forest section.
And hopefully it's not my route. So Hay Springs holding that 1-2-4-7 spot, where Bancroft in the 3-5-6-7. So Hay Springs with a little bit of a lead. And again, going through these water pieces, you want to make sure that you're hitting those boosts or it really slows you down.
And here's the dreaded forest section. We'll see what our players have in mind.
So jump over that second place for Bancroft. So 1-2, our first and second player for Hay Springs. Yeah, we're a tight race between that top 4 spots is really just really close. See a couple of the racers trying to use my route, hitting every tree. So Hay Springs 1-3.
Yeah, and both these schools very evenly matched in skill levels, so not seeing a huge separation anywhere on the map, but lots of positions trading back and forth.
So here we are, the last stretch here, as we're seeing it come down the way. We got Hay Springs looking like they should finish this up. Hay Springs with a 1-2 finish, which is going to be huge for them. So 1-2-7-8.
The first 2 and the last 2, with Bancroft right in the middle 4.
And, it does, point-wise, you can take it. So Hay Springs winning map 2, 21-18, which extends their lead 42-36.
Yeah, and here's the map we've all been waiting for, Baby Park. 7 laps of pure chaos.
This could change everything. So.
Oh, man. The excitement with this. The players are just trying to figure this out. Which corner is going to be which, who's going to take the items. And, again, it's the chaos. It's just like we've seen. There's a lot of little cuts. So, again, it's a 7 race. So everything else is 3. Now we're up to 7. But if you get those mushrooms, you can just trim just a little bit off.
Yeah, absolutely. And having defensive items on this one is huge, especially it's going to be hard to tell who's your friend and who's your foe and who's in front of you, who's behind you, as it is possible to lap people on this track.
Yeah, and we've talked about it. You know, the coins are going to come into play, too, as far as the more coins, the faster you go. And on a track that is just very fast, the more speed you got, the better off you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's also really easy to lose those coins as you can just see the items flying all over this small track. People getting hit left and right.
Yeah, and watching the players, again, a lot of communication. I'm putting a shell down, or excuse me, a banana. So again, a lot of communication. So right now, Bancroft coming out 1, 3, 6, 7, and 2, 3, 5, 8 on the other side with Haysprings. So we got a Bullet Bill in second. Which Bullet Bill in second? Do we ever see a Bullet Bill in second?
Absolutely insane, and only on Baby Park will you ever see that.
That's something else.
So Bancroft-Rosalie 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 7, 8 from Haysprings. So I don't even know what to commentate here, how to call it out, but
yeah,
we are just chaos. I'm trying to stick. There we go. Haysprings. Haysprings 1, 3, 6, 8. 1, 3, 6, 8. They're going to have you know what? That was actually pretty close. So a 20-19. Haysprings with the little lead there. So 20-19 there. They got a 62-55 cup lead going into Ribbon Road.
Yeah, headed into Ribbon Road, still anybody's game. And like I've said before, both these schools are very evenly matched, so I wouldn't be surprised to see either of them win on this last race.
We're going to restart here and see what we have. So we'll get with them when we got it. So, hey, while we got some time, you want to talk York College or York University, I should say?
Yeah, York University now. Big things have been happening here in the past couple of years since our transition from college to university. We have a ton of alumni who work at the school, which I think just speaks to the amount that people love it. They love it as a student, and they want to stick around to work here. And people here, they love their job, and they love the students here. And it's a place that really cares and has a lot of heart.
So you both went to school here.
Yeah,
okay?
we're both alumni.
So real quick, why did you come here as a student? Just why? One sentence. What did you love about it?
The community that they had.
Yeah, just great friends, great environment.
Nice. So I guess activities on campus, tons of stuff to do, lots of, I guess, majors to pick from, lots of opportunities there. What else is there to do? I mean, I know obviously we talk esports and we're all about the esports world, but what other activities are there here for students to do?
Yeah, so my job in admissions, I recruit for all the non-athletic things, including performing arts. So I recruit for theater and choir. Those are two really big, important groups on our campus. We try and get a lot of good students in there as well. So beyond that, we also have sports. We have 15 other sports that we offer here. So lots of different opportunities and ways to earn scholarships here.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, in York, again, a very centralized school. I know last night we were here setting up and we saw a lot of, I guess, the League of Legends team or a lot of kids from across the seas and stuff. So that was kind of cool to talk to them and to kind of see that they came. So looks like they are set and ready. So we're going to get back into some Mario Kart action. Again, we're going to do one race here. So we got a one race. Haysprings winning 62 to 55. So one race, and that's what it's going to be. And we'll kind of add that to our total, and we'll see what happens here. So excited to see what this does.
Yeah, Ribbon Road is pretty famous for having two huge shortcuts on it. They can be a bit difficult to hit and take some precision for sure, but they're definitely worth it if you have the mushrooms to spare.
So Riven Road, I kind of like it. This one, you got the play scenery all around you. It almost, I don't know, it seems small, but just kind of the way they makes it. So
Yeah, you can see some Easter eggs kind of around the track. They have the Bitty Buggy and some other carts on display as toys in the room that you're racing around.
So Hay Springs 1, 2, 3, 6. So off to an early lead. Bancroft-Rosalie 4, 5, 6, 8.
Yeah, and here's one of those shortcuts I was talking about. Didn't hit it quite right as they fell off into the last place there.
Yeah, it looks like Shy Guy here hits both of them, though.
Yeah, that can be huge to take a lead.
And then it had a mushroom there to really push him ahead just a little bit more. So I think he went from about 7th to 3rd. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for Hay Springs. So as we start the second lap, Bancroft-Rosalie needing to find a way to dig back into this.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to break in there because they're all holding defensive items, so they're building a pretty good wall there to block each other, help keep their first place player in first.
Oh, and then they hit each other. Okay,
some friendly fire there.
Yeah, Shy Guy was in 4th, and all of a sudden drops back. So this is right here. It's Bancroft's opportunity, especially as we have a blue shell out.
Yeah, and lightning.
I don't know if we'll see that lightning, though.
Yeah, it can be a risky item.
I would say unless something bad happens or an accident, I'm assuming we're just going to hold on to that. But you never know what the coaches are calling over there. So Hay Springs right now 1, 2, 3, 8. Bancroft-Rosalie 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, with the top 3 spots, there's no need to mess around with that, so they'll probably just hold position here.
And we might see it once we get
see if.
There you go.
Oh, he does
there's
use
the lightning.
So 1,
See if
2,
he can make a move here.
1, 2, 4. So there it is. Hay Springs taking the game and the cup. So 87-69 will be Cup 1 of this 3rd place match. Again, winner getting 3rd, loser getting 4th.
Yeah, that's a pretty comfortable win for Hay Springs. First 2 races were pretty close, but then the last 2, Hay Springs just took over. So see if they can continue that momentum into the second cup.
Yeah, so we'll get some maps changed over here. We got a couple new ones and a couple repeats.
And I know both you guys chose Hay Springs as your winner. I still believe Bancroft is definitely still in it going into Cup 2 here.
Yeah, and looking at both of those, here we'll jump and look at some player cams here, but watching all 3 of those matches, actually all 4 of them, it was close. Hay Springs probably that last cup or that last match, kind of took care of business, but Bancroft was right there all the way through. So again, this is going to come down to every race and who's going to get the points and everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. There are definitely 2 teams fighting for it right now.
Yeah, anything can happen. Looking at the race lineup for our second cup, we got Rainbow Road. So anything can happen on Rainbow Road once again.
Yeah, Toad's Turnpike. Do we see trucks on that one? Is that what we got? I'm trying to remember Toad's Turnpike.
Oh yeah. You got some trucks, some cars, some bombs with wheels.
So just a little bit of everything. So as we're getting into this second cup, Map 1, Toad's Turnpike, we'll see kind of what we got here and what the players have in store. So take a quick shot of our arena. Again, York University putting on a great event. We're using just half of this arena right now for Mario Kart. The other half will be used for Overwatch, which we have coming up after the championship of this one. So looking forward to some good matches there. But, hey, let's get a race underway here and see who we can start crowning some champs.
Yeah, you got to be careful on this map as well. Lots of dangerous things to run into, like we mentioned before. Definitely lots of hazards on the roads with avoiding the buses, trucks, cars, and the bombs, like I said.
And I think that's the crazy piece about like this one is, you know, as a person just watching, you look at the map right there in the middle, and you know it's a very basic, just an 8. But because of all of the, like you said, all the items that are there, well, not only the items, but the cars, the trucks, and everything else. But you know, it just makes for it tough. Again, you can go up on the wall, like we see over here from Bancroft. Just kind of a little bit of chaos.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and using you can drive up the back of some of these semi trucks and use your glider, which it makes it pretty easy to avoid some of the cars and stuff. So definitely using that strategy to their advantage.
So Hay Springs right now 1-2-5-6, Bancroft 3-4-7-8. So nice horn usage from Bancroft again. Gonna get shelled and all of a sudden had a horn in his back pocket and pulled that out and was able to eliminate the red shell.
That's huge.
So as we see, Hay Springs just kind of cruising along 1-2-6-7 still. So Bancroft looking to try to get a couple spots here. 3-4-6-8. On the speed boost there, going up and over. Let's see if we can find the first place for Hay Springs.
The blue shell on its way to first place here. Could shake things up a little bit.
Yeah. So that definitely did. So 1-4-7-8 over here. So 1-4-7-8 for Bancroft. And I think that will give a slight advantage to, Hay Springs, who Hay Springs is going to walk away with a win of that map 21-18. So
yeah, it's the same margin we saw the first race last time and the second race last time. So this team's keeping it close.
So Hay Springs winner of the first Cup, and then now the first race 21-18. As we go into our second Cup, Rainbow Road, the SNES version. And we've kind of seen that a couple times today. These racers saw it in the semifinal match.
Yeah, we'll see if they've learned anything or try anything different this time around. But one of my favorite matches to watch was their Rainbow Road race. So looking forward to lots of chaos on this one.
Yeah, as we're watching, again, tight curves. You're going to see some jumps. There's a couple shortcuts. Again, high risk, high reward, but you'll see a couple of these racers maybe skip some of those. They're also worried about what do they call them, the thwomps?
Yeah, the thwomps can be a bit difficult to navigate, but they shake up the road a little bit, allowing you to trick off the bumps, which can get you some extra speed there. So they come with their benefits as well.
So it'll be interesting seeing which lines some of these racers are driving. Some of them are taking the corners tight. Some are staying out a little bit wider. Again, a little bump there could knock you off the map. If you got this, nice Shy Guy jump. So Hay Springs 1-2-4-6, Bancroft-Rosalie 3-5-7-8.
We'll see Yoshi get hit with a red shell there and immediately go back into 8th place.
So Bancroft-Rosalie 2-5-7-8. They were up there in third, and again, one shell, one knockoff, and all of a sudden we're dropping. So again, everyone's kind of clumped together. First and second place driver a little bit further out in the lead, but just like that, our second place is back in there. So one of the white Yoshis out in the lead.
Yeah, Bancroft just made a couple huge moves going into first and second.
And we just saw it. That was huge. Again, way out in first. Tried taking that corner just too tight. Dropped all the way back to fourth. So So we're going to see.
Crucial error. He's dropped all the way down to 7.
Yeah, and
now.
just in true Mario Kart fashion, just keeps getting hammered with those items and bullied off the ledge again.
Well, luckily his teammate pulling in first there.
Yeah, so
and
see where we
an
finish.
unfortunate finish for
1,
Bancroft on that one.
7, 8.
Catastrophic for that for Bancroft there, but still able to take in first place.
Yeah, and looking at that again, Hay Springs holding on to just a narrow 20-19. So Hay Springs wins that, but just by 1 point.
Yeah.
So does extend their lead 41-37. So up 4 points now, halfway through this second cup. We got Twisted Mansion coming up as our next map. Have we seen Twisted Mansion have these? I know we saw it earlier this morning.
Yeah, we saw it this morning. I don't think we've seen it tonight yet. It's a pretty crazy route. Another one with a couple different ways you can go about. You can drive on the ceiling or drive on the floor, and a couple other mushroom shortcuts that you can use.
So Twisted Mansion is map 3 of this second cup. So
Seeing some red shells flying here immediately, trying to gain an early lead.
So we are off and running. Hay Springs 1, 3, 4, 5. Bancroft 2, 6, 7, 8. So Bancroft just can't have this be the map where they drop all the way back. So again, it's got to be a fight here. Again, we're still early in this race. Anything can happen.
Yeah, Bancroft's going to be looking to get out of those last couple places. That's what's hurt them in the past. So that's what they want to avoid on this race at all costs.
So first place right now, Hay Springs. And then second, third being fought right now between Bancroft and Hay Springs. So really that kind of that tight group right there. We see it back and forth. What's the racer? What's his name out in first?
That's Kamek out in first place.
Okay.
He's got a quite demanding lead right now.
Yeah, I mean, he is just cruising along as he starts lap 3.
Yeah, holding on to that defensive item, just waiting for the chaos to come to him, staying prepared.
And I think we're going to see chaos, like you said. Again, some of these items, he started to get that lead, so that's where you kind of start to see some of that. Again, 1, 2 held by Hay Springs, 3 and 4 by Bancroft.
Yeah, Hay Springs starting to gain some separation here with their first 2 racers, so it's going to be hard to take them over before they end this race.
Yeah, they have that cushion that we've talked before. First and second way out in first place. Second place is just taking red shells left and right for the first place, so they really have that locked up.
But he is also just way out in the lead, able to hold that even with getting hit with shells. So Hay Springs taking that first.
Oh, this blue shell might shake things up a little bit. Oh, and an immediate red shell again to save second place for Hay Springs.
That was a close finish. Man, those 2 Bancroft guys were right there looking to take second. But
you can see the Hay Springs players hyped up in the front row, dapping each other up after an awesome play like that.
It was. He got hit, then he got it back. So Hay Springs goes and wins that map 25-14, extends their lead to 66-51 as we go into map 4, Sunshine Airport on the second cup. So again, Hay Springs, if they can hit that 79 and get this win, it's over. They run away with a third place. If Bancroft can come back again, it's still possible. Bancroft has to get some of the high spots, but it's totally possible. So, and again, we've seen back and forth. It's been a pretty close match, but Bancroft has this opportunity.
Yeah, first place and second place are going to be a must here, so they're going to want to get in position with those top 2. Second place being a blocker for second place, for first place, sorry. We'll see if they can pull that off as we go into our last race.
So yeah, I'm looking to see something crazy from Bancroft here, whether that's some sandbagging to just get some crazy items and then smuggling them into first place. They're going to need to do something just a little bit different if they want to lock down those top 4 spots.
So Sunshine Airport, a map we haven't seen yet today. Again, a lot of, I would say it's a really wide map. right? I mean, it's just maybe we've seen it today, but it's a wide map. Item placement's going to be huge. Some of your jumps. I know we got a big spot here at the end where we maybe will see a boost being used around the baggage claims area.
Yeah, you can get a nice little jump over the conveyor belt here, do a little trick, and gain a little speed from that.
So Haysprings 1, 2, 5, 7, and going on the other side 2, 5, 6, 8 for Bancroft. So Haysprings out in the early lead as we about halfway through this second lap.
You can once again see the Yoshi from Haysprings way up ahead in first place.
Yeah, he's just cruising along, and again, he's got the item behind. So right here, ends up having
great
2 items.
Play.
So good job by him. Haysprings 1, 3, 4, 5. Right now, this would secure that for them. So we'll see what happens. Again, 2, 5, 7, 8 on Bancroft. We still got a lot of racing here to go, so we'll see what happens. They got to make a move, and again, we haven't seen really a big item yet.
Yeah.
I really expected to see kind of a blue shell as far out as first place is.
Oh, and a huge red shell there from Haysprings,
Well
taking
timed.
one of the Bancroft players right off the map.
Yeah, right as he passes, and then just gets hit. So
Yeah, that locks up first and second as they go here into the last lap.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to
Finish
do
the
it.
race.
yeah, Haysprings coming out and showing that they deserve this. Again, 1, 2, 3, 5. So ends up getting that. So 1, 2, 3, 5 for Haysprings. Again, great last laps for them.
Yeah, Haysprings just flexing their muscles there in the last race, proving that they deserve this victory.
Yeah, so 94 to 62 that last race. Really a pretty good. I don't even know what to say. Those were so close. One map caused a lot of difference in that score. You look at the score, you're like 94-62. That wasn't even close. It was close all the way through.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's where the veterans show up. They can stay calm in those later races. And
welcome back to the championship match of Division 4 Mario Kart. Who's excited for a race here? So I know I'm excited. This is going to be a great match against Cody-Kilgore and Alma. Hey, fun fact for you. Cody-Kilgore, defending state champ. So, they got a title to defend. Alma, I know, is excited about this. They're excited to come in and try to dethrone the champs. So we're going to see what happens here in this next match.
Division 4.
Or not.
You may have been on, you may not have been on. So there we go.
Going up against Alma. Gamers, start your engines.
So here we go in this championship match. We're getting ready to begin. The racers are in a lobby. They're starting up. We are ready. So first match here, we're going to see Dry Desert. Again, we saw this one a little bit earlier today.
yeah, we've seen a lot of close races, and Dry Desert is definitely a place for that to happen. There's lots of opportunities for shortcuts and some other wild things to happen.
So here we are in this championship match. Cody-Kilgore and Alma. Again, we're seeing some Yoshis again, like we've seen. Again, we talked about that throughout the day, almost kind of the meta of the year. But again, you got some different racers here too.
Yeah, the Teddy Buggy seems to be a very popular kart amongst this crew. And we're looking at a really close bunch right here at the beginning.
So this race out and going. it almost looks like our right switch just doesn't seem like it's formatted correctly. We're getting cut off a little bit on the bottom, but you know what? We're going to see what happens here. If it's not affecting them, it's not affecting us. So Cody-Kilgore right now 1, 2, 4, 6, and Alma 7 and 8, and whatever the other two scores are.
Yeah, pretty tight race so far through the first lap.
Seeing some Alma players holding on to some mushrooms, looking to make the most of these shortcuts. See Mario takes a little too short there and gets caught in the sand.
So 1, 2, 5, 7 for Cody-Kilgore. Looks like 3, 6, 7, 8 for Alma.
Yeah, holding that 1 and 2 spot for Cody-Kilgore as going into the last lap is going to be deadly for Alma, especially with that second place cushion right there to protect the first place. It can be a little bit dangerous for both schools.
Yeah, you see Cody-Kilgore's Pink Yoshi just taking a commanding lead here in the final lap. As it comes into the spring section, it looks like he's going to be able to come away with the victory.
Yeah, they got the Yoshi brothers right up there in 1 and 2.
Those Yoshi brothers, man.
So here we are, last lap.
Yeah, Cody-Kilgore locking down that first place.
Oh,
1, 2, 4, 7.
And a nail biter.
1,
into
2,
fourth
4,
place.
7 for Cody-Kilgore.
yeah, pretty strong start there for Cody-Kilgore, but Alma not out of it yet. Still in good position to shake things up.
We're going to have to restart. Looks like we had a communication error, so we'll restart it. I think we're good on our part, but so we'll reset the maps here. Again, as we disconnected the switch to try to fix it, it disconnected the internet, so that's kind of what happens. But Cody-Kilgore out to a lead 25-14 over Alma after that first race.
Yeah, this might be the biggest differential in score we've seen this afternoon after just one race.
So as the players are getting in, we'll take a look here and get a look. Again, these players are ready to roll, and I know they don't like it when we're taking this little bit of delay, but we'll move on and we'll get going here in a second. So as they're reselecting carts and getting set, what's our next map here? So Mount Wario. Yeah, Mount Wario coming out. What do you got for that one?
Yeah, it's a fun one. Another one-lap race that just goes straight down the mountain. So a lot of different twists and turns as you go on the track. Some technical sections like we saw earlier in the trees. It's easy to run into those and just mess up your entire race. So we'll see if they can avoid that.
So here we are coming back in. Cody-Kilgore's up 25-14 as we start this one. Mount Wario, Cup 1, Race 2, then this best 2 out of 3.
Yeah, and on Mount Wario with so many different areas along the mountainside, it's a lot about muscle memory, just trusting yourself and your instincts when going down, finding the best path, and remembering to take those shortcuts along the way.
You find a line when you practice, so you just got to stick to that line, trust your gut, do what you can to stay on the line.
So on the restart here, we'll take a drop down the mountain and see who ends up down there first. So going out in the front, Alma with the early lead, sitting 1, 2, 4, 6.
Yeah, holding on to those top positions for Alma is going to be a way where they can make up a little bit of a score difference here. Holding on to first and second place and having a little bit of cushion there can help out a lot.
Good execution there on the shortcut for Alma's top 2 racers there.
Yeah, and then that was also the situation we had in the 8th place racer here. Again, trying to take that same jump and just missed it. And again, I think was in 3rd and dropped all the way back to 8th. So again, one of those, the shortcut's there, but if you can't, it's going to cost you.
Yeah, high risk, high reward. And we saw it there with 1st and 2nd and then going all the way to 8th place.
So Alma 1-2 and Cody-Kilgore 3-4.
Yeah, Alma's got those top 2 spots locked down, but Cody-Kilgore's lurking, looking to get the right items to take advantage and overtake.
Yeah, and a blue shell coming their way could shake everything up.
Yeah, right as we're getting to the ugly part of the track, the tree part. And players bouncing through those
and
trees.
A lightning back to
lightning.
back. Big moves from both teams.
Alma's still holding the top 2 spots.
So 1-2-4-8 from Alma and 2-3-6-7 from Cody-Kilgore.
This is going to be an interesting finish as we have a really tight group here.
So coming down the last stretch here, we're going to get some boosts and a big jump here. Players going to go through the different rings.
Oh, and Alma jumping into 2nd place there at the finish.
Can he hold on? Yep, triple mushroom.
And he will.
1-2, 1-2-6-8. So big race from Alma. 1-2-6 ace. Yeah, so Alma's going to pull out the win on that map, 22-17. Cody-Kilgore still has the cup lead, 42-36, but again, Alma cut that lead and is trying to come back from it.
Yeah, closing that gap as soon as possible, and no better way to do it than heading into Baby Park, where anything goes. This could be their map.
So 42-36. My score is not showing the correct thing on my screen, so we're going to try jumping off and coming back.
Remember, Baby Park is one of our more chaotic tracks that we've had this evening. It's all about item placement and holding onto those mushrooms and using them as best you can, as well as using all the teamwork that you have.
And you can just see the chaos unfolding as people are just getting smacked left and right with items, losing coins, switching positions back and forth. Nothing is guaranteed in this race.
So here we go, Alma 3-6-7-8 and Cody-Kilgore 1-2-4-5.
Still a decently close race as we have a couple laps left. This one goes by quick.
Lots of laps, but a short track and lots of chaos.
Yeah, so on this one, again, the mushrooms are going to help you on the corners. And again, a triple mushroom there from our 8th place. We'll try to jump over to our 1st place from Cody-Kilgore.
Yeah, Cody-Kilgore's locking down positions 1 and 2 as they head
hits
here.
that wall.
And it looks like he's able to secure it.
1-2-7-8 from Cody-Kilgore. 1-2-7-8. So 1-2. So that gives 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So Cody-Kilgore is going to take that 21-18. Our cup score 63-54. Not really sure why it's given me 3 extra points there. If I get rid of a score, it takes away the 3, but so 63-54 is our score right now.
Yeah, still close, only within 11 points, so it is possible with Ribbon Road. Alma can still steal the cup if they have a good showing here.
Yeah, so Ribbon Road here as we get going. Alma getting buckled in, ready to roll. Cody-Kilgore is feeling Cup 1 as they are 13 points from taking this first cup. So here we are with Ribbon Road.
Very tight pack here at the beginning between all the racers. Somebody getting shoved off there, moving into last place.
Oh, Cody-Kilgore using a red shell, but missing the guy that passed him. Just the shell just kind of kept going.
And here's where we see those big shortcuts that Ribbon Road is known for.
Yeah, and those, I would say those shortcuts are tough, especially when you're all bunched up, because you use one of those shortcuts and you get bumped. All of a sudden you're off the map, and it's just, again, I don't know if it's worth it this early, but you see a couple people taking it. And
yeah, if Alma wants to win on this one, they might have to take some risks on those shortcuts.
So Alma's 8th place person, again, tried boosting around the corner, hit a wall, got stuck, had to kind of hop around, and we'll see what we can do here to get caught up. So jump back over here to 2nd place. Cody-Kilgore 1, 3, 4, 5. So taking the early lead.
And first place taking use of those shortcuts for sure. Has them down pat.
And choosing to skip the second one. Again, no mushroom to use some of these.
Still a really close race here as we enter the 3rd lap. Let's see if Alma can make up some ground. They're going to need to make some big moves here in the final lap if they want to steal the cup.
So Alma 2, 3, 5, 8. Cody-Kilgore 1, 4, 6, 7. So as we're about halfway through this 3rd lap, we're going to see what shortcuts are going to get used by our players. Looks like Cody-Kilgore taking the safe route on a couple of them, just staying in that top position.
First and second are neck and neck. Second place is going to try and use the boomerang.
Yeah, so is that.
here.
You know, 4th place is right there. Got a couple red shells coming out. So 4, 5, 6, 7.
Cody-Kilgore is going to win the cup.
Yeah, Cody-Kilgore did a great job with that. Ended up taking Cup 1 that round, 25-14, winning 88-68 in that first cup. So we're going to move into a second cup here. As they reset, we'll start getting some maps figured out.
Yeah, and all of our competitions today have lasted only 2 cups. We haven't seen any of our matches go into a 3rd cup. Do you guys think we're going to see anything different like that in this matchup?
You know, anything can happen. Alma, we like to play close, so if they can keep it close within the final race, I think they can pull it off and bring it to the 3rd cup.
I don't know. Cody-Kilgore is tough right now, you know. A lot of experienced racers. Alma, again, a lot of good racers. So I think it does depend. You know, we got Toad's Turnpike, Rainbow Road, Twisted Mansion, Sunshine Airport. So it is going to come down to, you know, who's going to get the better map picks. So we'll just kind of see.
Yeah, and Cody-Kilgore's been here before, so it could be a situation of Alma showing a little bit of their nerves, being the new kids on the block, so to speak, in the championship. But I'd love to see some action in this next cup.
Hey, Hughes, wait. I don't have one of the switches.
Experiencing a few more technical difficulties.
Seems to be a theme tonight.
Just keep talking. Try.
And one thing I see with a lot of these Cup 2 races is they're all races that have a lot of stage hazards.
Yeah, Toad's Turnpike, obviously you got all the cars on the road that you need to avoid that can just mess with your line. Rainbow Road, you got the swamps and obviously no guardrails, so you can fall off at any point.
Yeah, very dangerous. Twisted Mansion, you have some ugly guys with the hammers right at the end, as well as some ghosts and ghouls who are haunted the mansion.
That's not what you want.
And then Sunshine Airport, just a normal airport, which can be scary all by itself. Maybe a little less dangerous than we would think, but there's still some things that can happen to you there that can make the race go from 0 to 100 in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, we've seen Rainbow Road multiple times in this division. So what I've noticed a lot is people like trying to cut corners really tight to like get the most optimal line, and that has not paid off a lot. I've seen a lot of people fall off. So hopefully we can see that minimized this time. See some more optimal races. Alma's definitely going to need that if they want to pull this off.
Yeah, and for me, like Rainbow Road and Mario Kart go hand in hand. So it's hard to have a Cup of Mario Kart without a Rainbow Road. And it just seems fitting, like here at the championship match, we're going to have a Rainbow Road, and we're going to see who takes the top.
I just wanted to see you guys again. I know our viewers wanted to see us. That's what it's about. It's about seeing us and everything else. So, again, we want to thank everyone for watching at home. We want to thank everyone that are here. Again, we are 1 cup away from crowning a champ, possibly 2 cups, depending on how this one goes. And then we'll have a couple Overwatch matches tonight. So we're excited to see everything and how things go. It looks like Mario Kart's getting close to getting started here. Looks like my score got updated, so we're doing some good things now.
That's progress.
All right.
So just picking some gliders, figuring out what we want, which Fortnite skin we're going to play with, and here we go.
Yeah, we've had an action-packed night so far, and this cup is going to be no exception.
All right, Toad's Turnpike coming up. Again, watching out for the trucks, the jumps. Pretty basic map layout, but just a lot of items that they got to worry about.
Yeah, lots of stage hazards on this one, which can make it tricky to weave in and out of that oncoming traffic, as well as take advantage of the items and the boost pads that are all around.
So Alma getting ready, and Cody-Kilgore. So we want to thank those teams for traveling over here. Cody-Kilgore and Hay Springs leaving early this morning in order to get here. So excited they could join us here at York University. So here we go, race 1 of Cup 2.
We're seeing just a super tight pack at the edge. Saw somebody drop all the way from 3rd to 8th almost immediately and just keeps getting hammered by shells.
Yeah, looking for those items, looking for those boosts now. Oh. Yeah, Hay Springs trying to go and just hits the back of a truck. Felt like a June bug on a midsummer's night.
Yeah, that's not what you want, especially when you're already behind. That can be a little bit frustrating for the player.
So here we are. Hay Springs 1-3. Oh, excuse me. Cody-Kilgore 1-4-6-8. Alma 2-3-4-5. So really pretty close back and forth.
Yeah, Alma's going to be looking to take this first place spot and try and lock out those top 4. Could just take as little as a red shell to make that happen.
So looking at some of our top placeholders right now. So first place by Cody-Kilgore, second and third still by Alma. Again, first place way out in the lead.
Very comfortable lead.
Cody-Kilgore working their way back up through the pack to get up to those second and third spots there.
Yeah, second place gets hit with something and then all of a sudden goes from second to 7th. And now we're looking to make a run. Alma in second and fourth here. Second, 4, 7, 8. Cody-Kilgore 1-3-5-6.
Yeah, and Alma there just getting hit with a couple unfortunate items and making their way down through the ranks as we finish the race here.
So Alma, good finish here. 2-3-6-8. So it looks like Cody-Kilgore is going to win map 1. So Cody-Kilgore wins 21-18 in this first race of the second cup. So just a narrow margin there, but again, it's still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Alma just got to keep it close. If they do that, they'll have an opportunity to steal it at the end.
Yeah, and we've kind of seen it all the way through. It comes down to one race here and there, and again, then you just need to find a time to get their race. Again, they made a couple big moves there at the end to knock a couple places off, so this is their time. They got to get going.
Yeah, and it's early in Cup 2. Cody-Kilgore is well in reach for Alma. They just got to show up on these last couple maps here.
All right, here we go, race 2. We got Rainbow Road again. No guardrails, so we're going to watch for a lot of people falling off or avoiding to do that in order to take advantage of their opponent.
Yeah, and we see somebody in 7th place taking a turn just a little too tight and, just like you said, falling off.
Yeah, chaos happening right now. Alma 1-2-6-7. Cody-Kilgore 2-3-5-8. Again, all these corners matter. Trying to use the boost that the Thwoms have when they pound down. So who's going to get this last little bit here? Making sure we're taking these corners just perfect.
Yeah, Alma's first place racer right now has a sweet line. He is just nailing it every time. It's identical to the first lap. That he's running that same line again. So see if he can continue to do that and build that lead.
He's dialed in, and he's showing up for his team.
And you can tell, like right now, he's just flying. Again, 10 coins. Coins matter in Mario Kart 8. Again, just speed. You can see the speed difference between the first place and further back in the race. So again, Hayspring's going to have to try to find a way to catch him. And again, placing all the way through this cup is going to matter, especially in a tight race like this.
Yeah, Daisy's cooking, but it looks like Pink Yoshi's coming up on her. So we'll see if what can happen in the final stretch of this race here.
Yeah,
so
Daisy's
we're coming
holding
around
on to that defensive item.
Yep.
Her life depends on it.
We're coming around the last corner. Alma doing a great job way out in the lead. But again, teammates 1, 5, 7, 8. So Cody-Kilgore is going to walk away winning this second race 22-17. So 43-35 after race 2. Cody-Kilgore is ahead just by a little bit here. Not much, just a little bit.
That's
so
still
as we
only
enter
8 points.
Yeah, as we go into the second half of this cup. So here we go, race 3, Twisted Mansion.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about how so many of these races in Cup 2 have stage hazards on them. And this map is no exception. You got some bony fish that when you go underwater, they'll try and get at you. We have the ghost that you can see there, and we got some ugly guys right at the end of the lap with some hammers that are no fun for anybody.
Yeah, and we saw a couple of our top racers there taking that first shortcut. Again, if you got a mushroom, that shortcut works for you. But again, early in the match, some of them don't have that. So we'll see if we can find that number 1 racer. So Cody-Kilgore in 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th.
Oh, that was a great bomb toss there by Alma. They tossed it right into the tunnel and took out first place, allowing his teammate to jump into first.
Yeah, and the first place player now all the way in 7th.
So 1, 3, 5, 7 for Alma. And just as I say that, Cody-Kilgore takes over 1, 4, 6, 8. So just so back and forth. Again, everyone is so clumped up together. We're going to see what items we get. We do have a horn here ready to roll. So our fifth place racer just picks up a triple mushroom and a red shell. So how are they going to use that?
Shortcut here.
Yeah, Cody-Kilgore finding a couple items here. 1, 2, 6, 8. Alma 3, 4, 6, 7.
Yeah, and once again, you see Cody-Kilgore taking that first and second position.
So here we are in the third lap of this third race of the second cup.
Oh, nice move. It's a good payoff there for dry bones from Alma.
4. So 1, 3, 4, 8.
Yeah, he held onto that mushroom for like half of the last lap. He used it to cut the last corner. Went up a couple spots, so it was worth it.
So map 3, Cody-Kilgore is going to take that 22-17. So 22-17, Cody-Kilgore takes map 3. That's going to put them up 65-52 as we go into the fourth and final race. Again, we've seen it all day. Again, one map either way. Alma still has a shot here, but they got to dial in and take care of Sunshine Airport.
Yeah, this is their last chance to really make that impact on Cup 2.
So Cody-Kilgore just needing 14 points here to secure a win, and Alma trying to defend that. So Sunshine Airport, again, we see a couple big jumps, a plane that they got to go around. Yeah, what else about this map?
Yeah, it's like we've said before, pretty simple from the outside, but there's lots of technical pieces to it that you can make it as complicated and as fun as you need it to be, with as many shortcuts as there are.
I think Sunshine Airport, one of the more popular races with a lot of our NSCSA schools. So excited to see what happens in this race. Alma sitting right now 1, 6, 7, 8. Cody-Kilgore 2, 3, 4, 5. So halfway through this first lap, Cody-Kilgore sitting good.
Alma has that first place spot with Cody-Kilgore not too far behind.
So starting to see some red shells, some mushrooms start popping out. Alma starting to take a couple places here. 1, 2, 3, 4 from Alma right now.
Yeah, they got to be smart about this if they want to keep those positions.
You have to play as a team here. Maybe they can steal this cup if they can hold on to these top 4 spots.
Still a lot of race. We're about halfway through the race, halfway through the second lap.
Cody-Kilgore's got to be praying for like lightning or something right now just to get back in there.
Yeah, lightning, blue shell, really anything. They can just throw out a Hail Mary and get these Alma players out of the top 4 spots.
I could see it on my end, but a nice green shell pick from the Mario towards the back. Oh, Mario. Blue shell coming to your teammate.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Ooh, right over the water, too.
Luckily, he's going to get spawned back up beyond, but.
Yeah, and he's still sitting fairly good.
Yep, first and second, we're still okay.
So they got to make a run here now.
Yeah, almost looking for something, maybe a miracle to pull out third and fourth place.
So
Yeah,
Alma is
1 and 2.
going to fish 1, 2, 1, 2, 6, 7.
Will it be enough?
So after a close match, I don't think it's going to be enough. your final score of this last cup, 81-75. Cody-Kilgore is going to